Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero. These are the main gacha games that I have been playing since 2021. Recently, my girlfriend moved here from Texas, so I decided that it's best that I stop spending on these games, and I've realized I'm not into these games as much as I once was. Throughout my history with these games, I've come to realize that they deterred me from doing other things, including bettering myself, or even buying things that would actually be worth the money. Today, I calculated how much I've spent on these games, and the result was pretty mind-shattering to me. This video is mainly being used as a PSA to people who play these games and what it can look like when you do spend a lot of money on them. If you do enjoy this informative video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and let me know in the comments your experience with gacha games to help out others who may be in the same boat. Without further ado, let's get started. I started playing Genshin Impact back in February of 2021. For those who have played the game, this was version 1.3, the first patch to feature Lantern Rite. I was pretty excited to play around and obtain new characters, but that was the first trap I fell into playing the game. To obtain characters in these kinds of games, there is what's called a banner, and these banners give you an opportunity to obtain a 5-star character or weapon, which may not return until later down the line. So when a character or weapon goes live, you get FOMO, the fear of missing out. Limited time banners are exactly what they sound like, a character or weapon that will only be around for a limited time. These banners have what's called a 50-50, which means you have a 50% chance to get the character featured, or you get one of the characters from the permanent banner, and if you get one of those characters, it means you have lost your 50-50. However, if you do lose, the next 5-star you obtain on the limited banner is guaranteed to be the featured character. Aside from the 50-50, every banner has pity, a number of pulls that will guarantee or raise your odds of obtaining a 5-star thing, whether it be a character or a weapon. For Genshin, Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero, hard pity is 90. You are guaranteed a 5-star character at 90 pulls. But players believe that your rate will increase once you hit the 75 mark. And people call it soft pity, because usually it does happen. I've never actually gone all the way to 90, so I can vouch for this. It's different for weapons, but that's besides the point. We're not talking about that. Recently, a law passed in the United States, so companies had to show how much it would cost to get a character in their games. Both Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail have implemented this to show the cost, and I assume that Zenless Zone Zero will follow suit in their next update. According to Hoyoverse, through both Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, it can cost anywhere from $1.98 in US dollars to $475.20 to obtain an event-exclusive character. For the weapons in Genshin Impact and the light cones in Honkai Star Rail, it states that it can cost anywhere from $1.98 to $422.40 to obtain a 5-star weapon or light cone. To put this into perspective, you can almost buy a Nintendo Switch 2 or a digital edition PS5 for the maximum amount listed for a character. I used to make excuses for why I'm spending, mainly saying I'm a content creator, so it's okay. However, this is a small channel, so all the spending I have done was out of pocket. I sometimes even struggled to pay my bills because these games had their hands in my wallet and I couldn't stop. I love to collect, so I wanted to pull every character possible in Genshin Impact. I have pulled all but one character in the game, and that's not including duplicate copies. We'll go through all 3 of my accounts later for Genshin, Zenless, and Star Rail, but for now, let's stick to the topic at hand. The other thing that I'd say is that I love the game, so giving them money is okay. That was true for me a couple years ago. However, I haven't really been satisfied with the gameplay loop for Genshin, Star Rail, or Zenless for a while. I do my dailies as quickly as possible, then log out, and then play Pokemon, or I choose to spend time with my girlfriend. At this point, it's just tedious, but there is still some enjoyment in these games, which is why I continue to play them. The stories made these games worth playing, but for the most part, my heart just wasn't in it anymore. Now it's time for the moment you've probably been waiting for. How much did I spend? Well, we're going to divide up the work between the main things people buy on these games. The first thing is essentially a subscription, which gives you 300 of the premium currency up front, then 90 currency for 30 days, adding up to 3,000 premium currency. According to Genshin, it adds up to a little less than 19 poles, and each one of those poles costs around 27 cents in US dollars. The one issue is that if you don't log in, you don't get the 90 daily gems. The subscription costs $4.99. Over the course of the last 4 years, I have purchased this 63 times across all 3 games, totaling up to $314.37 in US dollars. And if you include my state's 7% tax, that total goes up to $336.42. Obviously, that's a pretty big number. It adds up fast. I did purchase a few more of these. However, they were free thanks to the PlayStation Stars reward program that allowed me to get them for free with points that I had earned, so they were not totaled into the final tally. This equates to about 189,000 premium currency across all 3 games since 2021. Next on the list is the Battle Pass, which rewards you for completing missions every week and will give you rewards such as summons, a 4-star weapon of your choosing at level 30, and character level up materials. There are 2 versions of the Battle Pass for these games. One is a standard Battle Pass that costs $9.99, and an upgraded Battle Pass that gives you 10 extra levels and some goodies for $19.99. These are pretty standard across free-to-play games, so it's no surprise that they exist in these games too. Breaking it down, I bought the standard Battle Pass 16 times, which totals up to $171.04 after tax, and the upgraded Battle Pass 38 times for a total of $812.82. Adding those up, in total, I spent $983.86 on just battle passes over the course of the last 4 years. This brings our total spent up to $1,320.28. I could have so much with that money, but trust me, it's only gonna get worse. The number one thing people can buy in these games are, of course, the premium currency, which can be used to pull characters, weapons, you can get skins, whatever. There's quite a bit you can do with it. You can get them in different increments. 60 currency for 99 cents, 300 for $4.99, 980 for $14.99, 1,980 for $29.99, 3,280 for $49.99, and of course, 6,480 for $99.99. Of course, the way that they get most people is they give you double for your first top-up bonus, but after the first purchase, that bonus will disappear until the next anniversary of whatever game. And of course, there's always a permanent top-up bonus, whatever, but it's really hard to calculate, so we won't get too much into that math. The in-game shop does state how many pulls you're getting per top-up, so we'll start from the lowest and then work our way up. 0.3 for the 99 cents, 2 for $4.99, 6.8 for $14.99, 14 for $29.99, 24.2 for $49.99, and lastly 50.5 for $99.99. Since each pull is 160 currency, you can just divide the number and find it out for yourself, and I'll show the shop later so you can get a better feeling of what I'm talking about right now. But it's time to reveal how much I spent. Starting with the smallest increment, I bought it 5 times, totaling $5.30. For 300, I bought it 8 times for a total of $42.72. For the 980, I bought it 16 times, totaling $256.64. For the 1980 top up, I bought it 16 times, totaling $513.44. The second highest top up, the 3280, I bought 22 times, totaling $1,176.78. And lastly, the big $99.99 top up. I bought that specific top up 44 times, totaling $4,814.55. Altogether on just in-game currency, I spent $6,809.43. That's a large number, and I never would have imagined that it got that high. There were also some extras in Star Rail and Zenless that I bought, which came out to $53.45. Now, to tally it all up, I spent $8,183.16 on these games over the last 4 years. Just over $8,000 on in-game purchases. And it really made me rethink what I had done these last few years. Honestly, it makes me wish I never got into these games, since I like to collect other things that are tangible, as well as more games or consoles for me to play with. Instead, that $8,000 plus is all gone. I didn't know how high it was until I started researching for this video. But do I regret it? Honestly, I do, and I don't. I've made a lot of memories playing Genshin, Star Rail, and Zenless over the last 4 years. But the amount of money I've spent makes me regret my spending in particular. From getting to help my friends in co-op, exploring the open world of Genshin with my friends, and of course, all the countless summoning sessions across all 3 games. The memories I've made will last forever. It solidified the friendships I've made from playing Hoyo games, and I couldn't ask for a better group of friends. So thank you guys for always supporting my channel and playing these games with me. This won't be the end for me on these games, and I don't plan on spending any money on top-ups once the Fate collab on Star Rail passes by. For now though, I'll turn it over and show you guys what my accounts look like on all 3 games. So here we are in the Genshin Impact shop, and as you can see the number of pulls you get for whatever top up, and then UP means units purchased or unit price, so $1.98 per pull for the $99.99. That's what I was talking about earlier. I hope it's not too confusing. I tried to elaborate a little bit more, but having visual is a little bit better. So here's that for you. I just wanted to show that to kind of clear up what I was talking about earlier, since it's kind of hard to go back and re-record all of that. But anyways, when it comes to the weapons portion, you can obviously see I have a lot of weapons, and you may see the little number in the top left corner of the icons for all the weapons. The number signifies how many copies have been dumped into that specific copy. So, for example, there's this one right here that has a refinement rank of 3, meaning I fed 2 into the 1, therefore there are 3. That's kind of the best way. You can pause it, look at all of it, whatever, but yeah, you can kind of see that with all the 5-star weapons, and obviously I've accrued a lot of 4-star weapons over the years as well, since I have been playing since 2021. It's the one I've spent the most time with, and I have been playing Star Rail and Zenless as well since their release, but now I will show you the character screen. You can, wrong character screen, this one. Thank you. I am missing only Eva. Everyone else is filled out, and you can see that I have every single character. I've even bought one skin. I didn't really take that into account, but that would also count for... Actually, no, that would have been taken into account because I added literally every transaction that I had. But you can obviously see all the different characters that I've accrued over the years, and that does not include copies. I have some characters that I've gotten maybe an extra copy for. I have one character that's maxed out. I have a few of the standard characters maxed out. It's crazy. There's a lot going on, especially here with Genshin, but now I will go ahead and move on to Honkai Star Rail. We are now in the Honkai Star Rail version of the shop, and obviously you can see the top-ups are intact since the anniversary was last patch, and I did spend on one of them. If you want to compare the prices and stuff, you can obviously go back to the Genshin portion of the video that you just came from, then compare it to this. But you can obviously get a better deal, quote unquote, when you buy one of the packages. You can see the prices are a bit lower because you're getting double of, you know, what you are getting. But obviously that bonus will go away after, you know, you buy it for the first time. That's how these games get you. That's how they get you. But this is a view of the Honkai Star Rail shop, and then I will go ahead and show you guys the characters that I do have. That is the wrong thing. Where is it? There it is. So you can see all the different characters that I have and all the ones that I don't have. You can obviously see they are not indexed, meaning I don't have them. But I have gotten quite a few of the characters in Honkai Star Rail, but I've been mostly free to play for a few months now. Besides, I mean, I guess last patch I did have an issue getting Castoris, the current character, or the last limited character that was out, or it was like 2 ago or something like that. But yeah, you can obviously see which characters I have, which I don't. I try to base it on how much I will use them, and I really like Castoris's character design, and I have since she was, you know, unveiled, so I wanted Castoris. And, you know, I'm waiting for the Fate Stay Night collab to happen so I can get Archer and Saber, and that will most likely be the last time I spend any money on any of these games, because, you know, Fate Stay Night is an anime that I really enjoy, so I want to be able to you know, have those characters in game before they're gone for possibly forever. Anyways, I will go ahead and flip you over to Zenless Zone 0. Here we are in Zenless Zone 0's top-up shop. You can obviously see I have the bonuses claimed because last year I kind of went on a spending bend because the game had just come out and I'm like, yo! But, you know, obviously the bonuses are gone and it does not list all the stuff that Star Rail and Genshin do. This will most likely be modified in version 2.0, which comes out next week. So, for now, they are not there, but most likely when you're seeing this, 2.0 is probably already out and the prices are listed and all that jazz because they are legally obligated to. So you obviously can see those listed right here besides the one that is being blocked by my beautiful body. Anyways, when it comes down to agents, I am only missing a few of the agents here in the game. But I have been pretty slow on the story and stuff for Zenless Zone 0. as well as Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. Like I said, I've kind of fallen out of the games, even though I do still play them every day. I just don't feel like I've had a lot of time to really spare for them. So yeah, this pretty much bookends the gacha game era of my channel. I've been having a lot of fun playing Pokemon again. Very, very fun to actually get back into it, play with friends. My girlfriend, she's been very supportive of me, of whatever I want to do, and I'm very appreciative of her. And she kind of reignited my love for Pokemon, shiny hunting, and I just can't thank her enough. She's fantastic, and I don't know what I'd do without her. But another thing I do want to mention is that any gacha summons videos will be privated on my channel. They're most likely already privated when you're watching this. So, I just don't want to promote that stuff anymore on my channel, since, I don't want to promote any form of gambling. I mean, Pokemon cards is one thing, but like spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on digital characters, I used to try to justify it, but it's not worth it. It's really not. Just play the game freely, and if you want a character, grind. Just grind. Don't spend money. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for supporting that chapter of my channel. Once again, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new, and if you want to watch me play Pokemon or Phasmophobia or even Mario Kart World, over on Twitch, you can find me at twitch.tv/I'mDentsu. You can find the link in the description. All my socials there, my Twitter, my Instagram. So you can find all that there. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'm Dentsu the Metamorph, and I will catch you later, Metamorph Mafia. Peace.